Hello everybody. Welcome to the live training. Hope you're all well. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Just going to check that I'm live, that everything's working. Yes, there I am. I can see myself. Welcome. So in today's training, I'll walk you through 4 simple steps you can follow to start your healing business, even if you don't feel ready. So I know a lot of you probably don't feel ready, and that's why I've been inspired to create this live training for you. Even if you don't have a website, even if you don't have a space to work from, even if you have a full-time job, even if you have kids, okay? This is for you. But before we start, let me know if you're watching. Drop a heart, or say hi, give me a wave. If you're watching the replay, type in the comments, type in replay, so I know you're watching. And also, I would love to know, what type of healing modality do you do? So, is it Reiki? Is it quantum healing? Is it sound healing? Is it a combination of all of those? Are you a somatic therapist? Let me know in the comments, drop it below. And if you are yet to learn a healing modality, what is it that you would like to learn? Is there something that you've always thought you'd like to learn? Or what do you love to go to? Like, are you always going to a kinesiologist? Or are you always going to a Reiki therapist? What is it that you love to receive in healing form? So what I've noticed is that there are a lot of people that, have done the qualifications, you've done the training, you know that this is your life's work, that you're here for healing, to heal yourself, to heal others, but for whatever reason, it's just like there's a bit of a barrier to get started. Okay, maybe you don't feel confident. Maybe you don't have a space to work from. Maybe you don't know how to find clients. Maybe you don't like marketing yourself. Maybe you are already juggling more than you can handle. Okay, but the thing is, the world needs healing. The world needs healers, and it needs those of us who have the skill, who have the ability to step up and be seen, even if we don't feel ready. Okay, so that's you. I'm talking to you, even if you don't feel ready. Like, the world needs you, okay? So does that resonate with anyone? Let me know in the comments. Is there something that you feel that's kind of stopping you from stepping into your true healer self? Let me know. What, if anything, is stopping you from stepping into your healing gifts and sharing them with the world? Right. So I'll tell you what I know. For the last few years, I've been working with emerging healers, helping them get started in their healing business. But what I've realized is that it's really very easy to come up with a reason to not start yet. Okay, maybe you don't have this or you don't have that. This won't be perfect. I'm not as good as that person over there. They're already doing healings. Okay? But my answer to that is, don't let perfection get in the way of progress. Sure, you might not have a website, but you might have a phone that you can text people on, or you can message people on Messenger. Sure, you might not have 10,000 followers on your Instagram, but even if you did, that doesn't mean that they would be buying from you. Okay, sure, you might not have any business cards to hand out, but people mostly throw them away, and you can just ask people for their phone number or email address instead. Okay, so yes, it's scary. Yes, people might say no. Yes, they might think you're weird, but then there are other people that will love it, that will say yes, that they'll be able to breathe a sigh of relief knowing that they finally found someone that understands them and that will be able to help them. And what can happen is when we don't follow our purpose, what can end up happening is that we have this disconnect between what we want to do, what we desire, what we have passion for, what our purpose is. That's over one side. And then we have, I'm frozen, there I'm back. Sorry, I froze for a minute there. So one side we have that disconnect between our passion and our purpose, what we're here to do. And then there's our current reality that might be filled of obligations and responsibilities, which are important to us too. But there's a different feel to them. And quite often we find we might be living out of alignment and can't see that version of our life where we are living that life that we want. Has anyone felt that way? I know I have felt that way a lot, especially recently. But that all ends today, okay? Because today I'm going to walk you through 4 steps you can do to start your healing business, even if you don't feel ready. Okay, so grab a journal and a pen, or you can just type in the comments as we go. This is a bit of a working training, okay? So I'll let you go. Gather your things you might be needing. Right, the first thing you need is a vision. You need to know where you are going so that you know that you've gotten there, right? So what is your vision for your healing business? What does it look like? How does it feel? So in terms of location, do you see yourself working from home? Do you have a spare room? Do you have a nice little garden outside you could work in? Or do you have a big bedroom you could section off and have a Reiki table in there? Can you see yourself renting a space? Maybe you're renting a space from a crystal shop or a wellness centre. Could you see yourself there? Or at the markets? So that's one thing, location. Then the other part of your vision is, what kind of time commitment do you have? What's realistic? You need to really be realistic here. Are you going to go in full-time on your business? Or are you going to be doing it part-time while you work a job? And let's get specific, okay? So if you are going to go part-time, is that 1 day a week? Is it a few hours a month? Whatever suits your life right now is perfect, okay? But be realistic. So take an objective look at your week or your month and work out what time you actually have to dedicate, okay? For example, if you only have a few weeks spare that you would normally use for your self-care or errands or to just relax, I would not recommend sacrificing those few hours for your business, because self-care, feeling calm and grounded, is a really important part of your business. So instead, maybe start smaller. So maybe just a few hours a month. You can still grow your business in a few hours a month, okay? So time management is actually something that we look at in the Aligned Pathway, which is a 4-week course for emerging healers. So if you're interested to know more about that, comment Align and I can get back to you. We look at a whole heap of other things as well, but that's just one aspect that we do look at. So let me know in the comments, what type of vision do you have for your business? Are you full-time, part-time? Are you working from home? Are you renting a space? How many hours a week do you think you have that or month, week or month, can you dedicate? So let's get some clarity. Pop them in the comments. Okay. So I know for me, there was a time where I think I did like maybe 4 hours a week on my business. I used to rent out of a wellness space that was called Elevated Mind, Body and Soul. Yeah, so I used to do 4 hours a week, and that was it. I ran healings in those 4 hours a week. I ran Reiki workshops in those 4 hours a week. I really could grow my business in 4 hours a week. And then I would also do, casually, I would hire it out on a Sunday for a weekend Reiki workshop. Okay, so that wasn't a huge time commitment. I think at that time I had 2 little kids and I was working between 2 and 3 days a week in my day job. So that's how I could do that in a sustainable way for that time of my life, okay? I wasn't in a position at that time that I could just quit my job and go all in my business, so I did it slowly and did it in a way that suited me and my life and my lifestyle and my family as well. Okay. So the next part that we need to work on, so that was part 1. All of that was part 1. Step 1 is the vision. Step 1 was the vision. Okay. So step 2 is energy. So as I said before, do not recommend sacrificing any self-care or chill out time to grow your business, as it's one of the most crucial things you need to maintain for a healing business, and probably all businesses, I would imagine. You need to keep your vibration high, and self-care needs to be part of your business model. So that might be making time for rest, making better food choices, making sure you're drinking enough water each day, incorporating some daily movement, if that's going to the gym, doing yoga at home, doing a home workout, going for a walk, playing with your kids at the park, whatever it is, include some daily movement. Mastering your energy, so, daily grounding and protecting your energy. Clearing your space. And a really important one, which might sound obvious, is to really lean into your modality to improve your life. Be a walking example of the benefit of your healing modality that you practice. So I start my morning, I have a shower, and then I go through my little list of activations that I try to do each day. So I'll do a short grounding and protection. I will put some essential oils on my feet. I'll call in the Reiki energy in the morning, and I also do that at night, do a little self-healing at night. I have a whole list of things that I do. I don't do them all each day, but those ones I try and do every day. And then, if I can, I'll add in a workout or add in a morning walk. Or if I've got a bit more time, I might do a longer visualization. I might activate the Merkaba, or, I might listen to some healing frequency music. Okay, so again, it's to fit your life, right? So let me know in the comments, what are some things you like to do to keep your vibration high? And maybe it's making sure you have time with your friends and your family. Time away from the business is as important as time in the business. Talking to your friends and family, seeing what's going on in the world, getting out in the community. Okay, so that is keeping your vibration high, self-care. Okay, that was part 2, energy. So part 1, your vision. Part 2, your energy. Okay, so now we're going to move on to part 3, which is your offer. So if we want to be sharing our gifts, we need to have something to offer people. Okay, so what is it that you want to share with the world? Is it a 60-minute Reiki session? Is it a 90-minute Reiki and massage? Is it a 6-week program to help your clients on their healing journey, and you weave some distance healings into that? Whatever it is, keep it simple, okay? Especially if you're starting. If you're a bit further along, sure, you can add in, a few offers. But if you're starting, just to reduce the overwhelm, I just recommend having one offer to start with. Yeah, so let me know what your offer would be. And maybe you incorporate different things. Maybe it's a sound healing and Reiki. Yeah, or maybe you do a sound healing, and then from your sound healing you offer Reiki sessions to your participants after that. So yeah, so really you can offer so many different things. So it could be something I've said, or it could be something else. You could even have something a little bit out there that you think no one would ever go for, but that might be the thing that is actually really popular. Okay, so if you don't know, you don't try. So pop it in the comments, let me know what you're thinking for your offer. And then the fourth one is you need to share, okay? So no one is going to book in with you if they don't know what you're doing, if they don't know what you do, if they don't know you're available. Tell your friends, tell your family. They might not become your clients, but they might know someone who needs your help. They might be your biggest cheerleaders and fans. It's always good to have support, even if they don't become clients. It's really beautiful to have friends and family supporting you. If you see someone you haven't seen in a while and they ask you how you've been, tell them what you're up to. Use that moment as an opportunity to tell them about your business, that you're building your business. You say, I went to a networking once and I said, oh yeah, I've got a Reiki business, and I just got like a confused look. So then I took the opportunity to explain what Reiki was. So, if you get the confused look, you can use that as an opportunity to explain what it is and how it benefits people and why you love it, okay? The more you talk about what you do, the more it will feel normal and natural. Another way you can share is by connecting with other businesses in your local area that might share similar values or similar clientele. So you could look into collaborating or working together in some way. So for example, you might put some flyers in your local crystal shop, because typically people who are interested in crystals are probably also interested in Reiki. Or maybe if you go to a yoga studio, you could ask the yoga studio if you could put some flyers there. Because yoga and healing, kind of go together, don't they? So just to recap, the 4 steps you can follow right now, even if you don't feel ready, are: number 1, visualize your business in terms of time, location, the energy. How does it feel? Where are you doing it? What hours are you working? Okay, visualize. Number 2, keep your vibration high, keep your frequency high. Make self-care part of your business model. Number 3, create an offer. Just one, just to start with. Keep it simple. Make sure it's something that you love. Okay? Number 4, share. Share, tell everyone. Shout. Get one of those megaphones. Hello everyone, I've started a business. Okay? So, before I finish up, I do have a gift for you. But before that, I would love for you to let me know in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from this training? What are you going to implement straight away? Let me know. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this training and you feel like you would like a bit of additional support, I'm actually opening up a few free one-on-one strategy sessions. So when this recording finishes, I'll pop the link underneath that you can book in, or you can send me a message. If you're watching this as a replay, I've sent you through email. There should be a link at the bottom of the email that has a link to the free strategy sessions. So I would just like to thank you all for joining me. It's been a pleasure. We'll be back again next month with another webinar, live training. If you do have any requests for training, please let me know, and yeah, for different training topics, let me know. Send them through to me and we'll see what we can do. So I hope you have a lovely day. And yeah, we'll be in touch.